You want the Nanches?
Tell him we going for Canelo next.
Yes. Let's go. Canelo, come on.
You heard it from him.
At 36 years old, Terence Crawford has made it clear that he only wants fights that will go down in history. And right now, the possible matchup with Saul Canelo Alvarez seems like the biggest one of all. Crawford has been eyeing this fight for months, and the Mexican superstar also sees it as a way to solidify his place as one of the greatest fighters of our time. With his excellency and the Saudis backing the deal, it looks like they have finally convinced Canelo, because Canelo has now agreed. Crawford recently won a fight that completely changed the course of his career when he dominated Errol Spence Jr. That victory unified the welterweight division and cemented Crawford's place in boxing history. In that fight, Crawford, also known as Bud, showed everything that makes him special. From the opening bell, it was clear that Spence, who was once considered Crawford's biggest threat, was no match for him. Crawford's accuracy, power, and ring IQ proved too much. He won every round and stopped Spence in the ninth, becoming the first male fighter in history to hold 4 belts while remaining unbeaten in 2 weight classes.
Once the fight, he's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better, no? Terence Crawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, he's a weight classes for a reason.
After his incredible performance against Spence, Crawford set his sights even higher. He is now targeting Canelo Alvarez, a fighter 3 weight divisions above him and arguably the biggest star in boxing. For Crawford, this fight is about legacy. He isn't interested in easy wins or smaller tests. He wants to be remembered as the best, and a fight with Canelo is the way to do it. Canelo, on the other hand, has been hesitant about facing the naturally smaller Crawford. Despite Crawford's incredible accomplishments, Canelo has often dismissed the idea. He has said that he wouldn't get credit for beating someone from a lower weight class. Canelo fights at 168 pounds, while Crawford's last fight was at 147. To Canelo, the size and power difference makes the matchup unfair. He even suggested that Crawford should fight Teofimo Lopez first, an idea many fans saw as Canelo's way of avoiding the fight he really needs to take.
He needs to fight Teofimo first, and then we'll see, right? At the end of the day, like I said before, I'm not asking for that fight. They wanna make that fight because it's a payday, obviously. But I don't want that fight. I think.
But Crawford wasn't backing down. As more fans and analysts began calling for the fight, the pressure on Canelo grew. Crawford, relentless as ever, kept calling him out openly, and demand for the fight only increased. Things got even more interesting after Canelo's recent fight against Edgar Berlanga. Many thought it would be an easy win for Canelo. Berlanga, though undefeated, was seen as a big underdog and not on Canelo's level. But he surprised everyone with his toughness and determination. The fight began as expected, with Canelo dominating early. In the 3rd round, Canelo landed a clean left hook that dropped Berlanga hard. At that moment, it looked like the fight was heading toward an early knockout. But Berlanga wasn't finished. He got up, banged his gloves together in anger, and kept fighting. Although Canelo still won comfortably on the scorecards, Berlanga managed to go the full 12 rounds, something not many expected. The fight ended in a majority decision heavily in Canelo's favor. He connected on nearly 50% of his power punches, proving his dominance. Still, the fact that he couldn't stop Berlanga raised some serious questions. Canelo hasn't scored a knockout since his 11th round stoppage of Caleb Plant in November 2021. This was his 5th consecutive fight that went the distance. Some fans are beginning to wonder if the once lethal finisher has lost some of his power. Loyal fans may not care, but his inability to stop Berlanga added another layer to the conversation about his future. After the fight, attention turned quickly to what comes next. During the post-fight press conference, Canelo was asked about possible opponents, including Crawford. At first, Canelo refused to comment, reinforcing his stance of dismissing the matchup.
Across town, put out an open challenge to you on the internet with Turkey Al-Sheikh calling you out. What's your response to Terence Crawford's call out tonight?
No comment.
But behind the scenes, things were changing. The financial offer for a Crawford fight had grown significantly. Canelo was previously criticized for the massive amount of money he demanded, which even His Excellency and Oscar de la Hoya said was unrealistic. But after his performance against Berlanga, Team Crawford and the Saudis saw an opportunity. They felt Canelo had shown signs of decline.
On a lower performance.
There's a man in Canelo, a legend who recognizes another young beast. Well done on both these.
And maybe it was that performance that boosted their confidence in Crawford's chances. Now, they were willing to meet Canelo's financial demands. As one of the highest-paid athletes in the world, Canelo often makes decisions based on the purse. This time was no different. While he once dismissed Crawford, the money now on the table caught his attention.
Realistically left your mind once he said he's not interested, or you're still pursuing it?
Not at all. I think business talk.
Canelo is finally ready to entertain the idea of fighting Crawford, but with one condition. The terms of the fight must make sense financially. Considering Canelo's star power and his reputation for commanding the biggest paydays in boxing, this isn't surprising. For Crawford, though, this could be the opportunity of his career.
If I'm easy work, I heard him say, I'm easy work. If I was easy work, you would take all that money that he's offering you. But yet and still, he want $200 million for Benavidez, and he want $150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his.
Canelo's openness has reignited the conversation. A clash between two undisputed champions from different weight classes would be a historic event, drawing worldwide attention. For Crawford, the stakes couldn't be higher. This would be the ultimate legacy fight, a chance to move up 3 divisions and face one of the greatest fighters of the modern era.
Crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. Let's not.
But while Crawford is focused entirely on Canelo, Canelo still has other options on the table. One possibility is a rematch with Dmitry Bivol, the Russian light heavyweight champion who handed Canelo his second professional loss in May 2022. Bivol's win was dominant, using his size and skill to outbox Canelo over 12 rounds. Canelo has wanted revenge ever since, but talks have stalled because of Bivol's demands. Interestingly, Bivol has said multiple times that he is willing to drop down to 168 pounds for the rematch, to prove his win wasn't just about size. If he were to move down to super middleweight, the rematch would have huge significance. But with Bivol currently scheduled to face Artur Beterbiev in a unification bout this October, the timing for Canelo versus Bivol remains uncertain.
Sensational. Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol.
Another option for Canelo is to keep defending his super middleweight titles against young, undefeated contenders. Fighters like Christian Bilai and Diego Pacheco are both highly ranked and could bring fresh challenges. Bilai, in particular, is known for his aggressive, all-action style, which could make for an exciting matchup. Still, neither Bilai nor Pacheco is seen as a serious threat to dethrone Canelo. Even so, it's clear that a fight with Crawford is the one that excites fans most. The financial incentives are massive, and the event would be one of the biggest in boxing history. For Canelo, it's a chance to silence critics who say he avoids dangerous challenges. For Crawford, it's the opportunity to prove he can step up and beat one of the sport's greatest fighters despite the size disadvantage. The main issue remains the weight. Canelo usually fights at 168, while Crawford last fought at 147. A catchweight seems the most likely compromise, but the exact number would have to be negotiated. Both fighters would also need to agree on the purse, with Canelo almost certainly taking the bigger share due to his star power.
Canelo, Johnny Boy Boxing, Fight Hype. I just want to ask you, what do you think about Terence Crawford? What do we think about Terence Crawford's performance, and do you want to get a fight with him?
If the money is right, I mean.
$100 million. I heard Turkey offered you a big money already.
Right now, the fight isn't official. But with the money in place and Canelo finally willing to consider it, everything is pointing toward it becoming a reality. Both fighters have shown interest, and promoters are eager to make it happen. Fans and media are pushing hard, and with finances aligning, the chances have never looked better. For Crawford, this is the biggest challenge of his career, a shot at Canelo's super middleweight crowns. For Canelo, it's a chance to prove once again why he is one of the biggest names in boxing.